Hello, sisterhood. Happy Tuesday. Pretty sure it's Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you for joining me here. If you are watching this on a replay, do me a little favor, just pop the word replay in the comments for me. Super appreciate that. I don't want to say I'm fully out of wedding mode. I noticed when I was setting up for this live stream, the pile of tulle on my chair here. So I'm not quite out of that yet, and I'm okay with that. But that kind of made me giggle. I'm like, I don't have everything put away yet. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have to reach out to my girlfriend who owns a photography studio because I'm like, what am I doing with a pile of tulle now? I'm not gonna need one of those anytime soon again. I can't imagine. Excuse me, morning allergies, you guys. So, meanwhile, it's time for another live Q&A with your health coach. It's been a little bit since I've had a bunch of questions from you guys. So also while you're watching this, see if you can think of one thing you would ask me if I was your health coach. We're sitting in a session and you're like, Colleen, I need to know. What would that be? And pop that answer or that question, in the comments for me, because again, I'm here for you guys. But I do have a question today from Amy that I'm going to share with you guys. Her question is, should I be keeping a food log? Now, I'm not going to go into all of Amy's situation or whatever for you. I'm just going to take that question and tell you yes and no. Yes for some reasons, but maybe it's a no for others. So just like so many things in wellness, it's not a one size fits all, right? Here are a few reasons you might consider having a food log. If, for instance, you've got a doctor's appointment coming up and you want to talk to a doctor about these different symptoms that you're having, and you suspect that the food that you're eating could be a factor, it's really, really helpful if you walk into that appointment and you've got a couple weeks worth of a food log, okay? So that also reminds me, if you're keeping a food log, you might as well put all the data in there. Put down the time that you're eating, what you're eating and how much. Put down how you're feeling. Like, how does that food make you feel? Like, as soon as you finish eating, do you start getting gassy? Like, those kinds of things. Those symptoms, when do they show up? Put that all in there. Don't just throw down hamburger for lunch. Instead, think of like, okay, one burger patty, regular bun, mayo, ketchup. I haven't had like ordered a burger in a while. Pickles, right? Like all the ingredients that are in there. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was starving. Maybe a half hour later, 30 minutes later, I was super bloated and gassy and really uncomfortable. See how that gives that practitioner way more information than just burger for lunch, okay? So again, if you're planning a trip to see your doctor, naturopath, whatever, and you've got some symptoms you think could be food related, put that down for your doctor, okay? If you also are having some issues, let's say bloating and feeling gassy is a thing that comes up often enough for you, or you're like, this is a thing. I really wish this didn't happen, but it's not a 911. We're not talking like you go into anaphylactic shock. That's different, okay? We're just talking like you've kind of got this ongoing thing. You're not sure if you need to go to the doctor yet or not, but you'd like to check it out for yourself. Keep a food log and do that same thing. Really put a lot of data in there because you want to gather information. I'm looking down here because I have the cutest house guest, you guys. He's here for 2 weeks. He's super precious, but I'm not used to having someone down by my feet, so I just don't want to step on it. Okay, so that's another thing. If you've got some ideas that maybe something's going on with your eating, like for instance, 6 months ago I started having this thing where I was waking up in the morning, or sometimes it woke me in the middle of the night. I was getting these really, I like to call them angry rashes on my face. Angry because they were very warm and itchy. Super fun. So I immediately was like, what's going on in my digestive system? for sure, am I using anything new on my face, but also because the gut and your skin are so related, you guys, so related. What's going on in my gut? I started keeping a food log for a bit so I could kind of do some digging into that. Okay, so the other one is if you're working on weight loss, if you're either starting, restarting, maybe you've hit a plateau, whatever, and you're working on weight loss, keep a food log. Now here's one thing about food logs. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Keep a food log. And again, it's just for gathering data. Do your very best to keep judgment out of it, but take some, hey Stacy, good to see you. Take some information in. You can't really know what needs to shift and change if you're just guessing what you've been doing. And here's the thing, and I know it to be true, when it comes to how much we eat or the way that we eat, and then how much we exercise and the effort we put in, we underestimate how much we take in. When we try to recall at the end of the day, oh, what did I eat? Like, have you ever done that? You forgot that you even ate lunch or something, right? We underestimate how much we take in during a day or the quality, any of that. We tend to overestimate what kind of effort we did and how hard we worked out and all of that. So write it down. If you're starting on a weight loss journey or you're getting restarted, take a couple of weeks and just keep a really good journal, because again, it's data. So do your best to remove judgment. You're just gathering information, because that's really powerful to have. Then you can deal with reality. What really could shift here? What's really going on? Okay, so if you're doing that now, I don't think keeping a food log is a forever thing. Life is too short to take that much time. Even with the apps or whatever, it starts to get really laborious. For most of the people, all the clients I've ever worked with, me, myself, whatever, can only do it for a little bit. I like a short window, 2, maybe 3 weeks if you've got some serious issues going on, but not forever. You guys, don't do it forever. It feels, I don't know, too laborious. That's the best way I can describe it. The other thing is, if by chance you've got a history or you're currently in an eating disorder situation, you've got a history of it, or if a coach says to you, I want you to keep a food log, and that triggers an eating disorder for you, then I want you to step away from the food logs, okay? I do also hope that you've reached out for help, because that to me sounds like maybe there's more work to be done. But I am not a mental health professional. I just know that sometimes the idea of keeping a food log or tracking in an app or whatever can for sure trigger eating disorder behaviors. So I don't want that to happen to you. So that's another reason why I would say no, forget it, a food log. Okay, there you go. That's your Tuesday question. Remember, your assignment is to think of one question you would ask me so that I've got some to answer for upcoming live streams. Meanwhile, I'm guessing you've heard the news, but if you haven't, take a moment. I'll throw it in the comments. You guys, I launched a brand new blog. I know, and the timing is insane. I was just talking to someone the other day about catching my breath from the wedding and the reception and the out-of-town guests and the da-da-da, and oh man, I could use today. You know what I'll do? I'll launch a blog. So it sounds crazy. It is a little crazy, but you know, I'm one of those runner people too, so we already know I'm crazy. But do me a favor, if you're interested, take a moment when I put the link in the comments, go read it, check it out. If you're liking it and you want to be in the know when some new posts coming out, hint, there's one this afternoon, then you'll want to subscribe too, okay? All right, have a phenomenal Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Send me your questions, comments, DMs, whatever you need, and I'll see you guys soon. And until we connect again, I wish you peace and wellness. Have a great day.